They came into our lives on February 1st, 2014, and they won't leave until April of 2070, long after we're gone. Tolls at the tunnels are increasing a little bit each year, and tonight we're looking into the agreement that costs us hundreds of dollars each year.
It was and remains controversial, but was it the best deal that could have been made? Only 10 on your side's Andy Fox now with a debate that rages 4 years after the handshake, Andy.
4 years and a lot of hard feelings. Former Governor Bob McDonnell, who struck the deal, will tell you this was the best they could do. Critics say if that's true, then maybe no deal was better than this one.
So we have the tolls.
Do you think Governor Bob McDonnell failed us as governor in cutting that deal?
It's a very bad deal.
Portsmouth Mayor John Rowe on the deal former Governor Bob McDonnell's administration hammered out that bought a new Midtown Tunnel tube and escalating tolls on the downtown and Midtown tunnels for 58 years.
Something had to be done. It was unsafe. It caused tremendous backups.
Critics argue McDonnell, so desperate for a deal, became blinded.
You know, I'm not going to let things just go and not get done. The best that we could do was to come up with a public-private partnership. And our secretary, I thought, negotiated the best arrangement that he could.
Great project, terrible deal.
Current Secretary of Transportation Aubrey Lane disagrees with McDonnell.
When you have a chief executive standing up and saying that this is very important, I'm going to get this done no matter what type of leverage does that give you in determining with the other party?
McDonnell had just reappointed Lane to another term on the Commonwealth Transportation Board, the CTB, and he remembers how McDonnell and his negotiators were outmaneuvered by Elizabeth River Crossings.
There really was no financial expertise in the administration.
Lane says he's the first transportation secretary who's a CPA, MBA, and the first to have served on the CTB.
There was this overriding belief that privatization was the answer.
Lane says McDonnell created a culture that favored the private sector over the state on big projects.
But they all supported it initially, or we wouldn't have gone forward.
It is true. Even Lane supported the ERC deal. He said in November 2011, "To me, it's a fair deal in today's world because ERC is willing to take the risk."
And that's when we thought they were taking the risk. But as it turned out, they're not taking it, because if we build another facility, they have it. They get automatic increases.
Now here's what people forget, is everybody was asked to participate.
John Rowe flatly disagrees.
There should have been more people sitting at the table. Certainly the city of Portsmouth should have been sitting at the table.
Our investigation found Portsmouth leaders supported the project, but not the financial deal. Lane and Rowe say Team McDonnell and ERC did not communicate terms and conditions early enough to impact or even kill the deal.
We did not have the money in the early years in 2010 and 11 when we did this deal.
Lane goes further. McDonnell was using his executive privilege through the public-private partnership to cut a deal that required no oversight from the General Assembly or from the CTB.
I don't think they got good information from others about we could finance it another way, and I believe that's where we ended up where we are.
Lane argues had VDOT developed the project, figured the cost and risk, and then shopped it to the private sector, the state would have had more bargaining power.
I believe one of two things would have happened. We'd have gotten a better deal, or the state would have done it itself.
Ironically, in 2013, it was McDonnell's landmark transportation bill that came after the ERC deal that could have rewritten history.
If you had had that, looking back,
Yeah, we might not have needed to do the tolls, or we might not have needed to do them at that level. So there might have been some other solutions, but I did not have that tool available in 2010 and 11, but I was going to solve the problem.
And in the end, a tolling experience. Because of this deal, Secretary Lane and the McAuliffe administration, along with the General Assembly, revised the Public-Private Transportation Act. Public-private deals can no longer happen today without clear check and balance oversight from the General Assembly and the Commonwealth Transportation Board. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.